Hey fishermen, Aqua Duelist here, and today I'm giving you guys an update to my familiar possessed Charmer deck. Even though I don't play Charmers, you guys get the idea. You know what? You get the idea of the archetype. I know there was no video Tuesday, and sorry about that, guys. Work is, I don't even know what's going on at work. They're doing some weird stuff with my schedule. So this is going to be the only video for this week. Next week we'll be back to 2 videos. Really excited because we end up having the new set drop, and I ordered like all my stuff day one. So get excited, get ready for some new deck profiles. Still kind of just waiting on it to ship. So yeah. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and jump into this awesome familiar possessed deck. I completely redid the deck like entirely, so new game plan with this build. So alright, so obviously starting off, we gotta play triple copies of Fairy Tale Luna here, just because like it's awesome. Luna is Luna. Get to summon, search any of the familiar possessed, basically anything with 1850 attack, which all familiar possessed have. And she's basically a compulse as well, so that's pretty cool. Now, for the Charmers, I'm playing 2 copies of my favorite, the fire one, Ida. 2 copies of Asa. 2 copies of my second favorite, Area, the water one. 2 copies of familiar possessed Wind. And only 1 copy of Familiar Possessed Dark. The only reason why I'm playing 1 is just for that dark attribute. Like that's it. It's just kind of it works with the one spell to give my monsters a boost for each of the different attributes. So only reason why, and no one's also playing the the dark one. So yeah, that's why I'm playing that. That's it for the monsters. Only playing 12 monsters, so yeah. Now, going off to the spells, playing 3 copies of Spirit Charmers, which is honestly like the best thing for this deck. Like this card, you open this, it's awesome. So you essentially discard a card, and then you add 2 cards that have familiar or Charmer in the name, and you set one, and then the others add to your hand. So yeah, stupid, really bonkers. 3 copies of Awakening of the Unpossessed. Anytime a familiar possessed is summoned, you get to draw a card, and then your monsters get a 300 attack boost for each different attribute you control. So you have 2 different attributes, your monsters get a 600 boost, and that stacks. So that's pretty cool. Next, for the stun aspect, playing 3 copies of Secret Village of Spellcasters. Just kind of get that stun. All your monsters, they basically kind of, well, because of the spells, you can kind of like float, spells and traps and such, you can kind of float into them a bit, so that's pretty cool. So definitely, locking your opponent out of spells is really freaking nice, so yeah. Now, next up is draw power cards, and I'm playing 3 copies of Pot of Extravagance. Really good because the extra kind of doesn't matter really for the most part, and then just getting that draw 2 for free basically is really nice. Then I'm also playing 3 copies Pot of Duality. I honestly I love and hate this card, and this is one of those few decks in particular where it's just like, oh, I absolutely love it, because honestly, you're not really special summoning at all. Like this deck, you don't special summon except for on your opponent's turn. That's the only time you really special summon, unless you want to make like an extra deck monster, which you're not really going to be doing a whole lot. So Pod Duality honestly really does have no drawbacks in this deck. So you basically get to excavate top 3 cards, pick one you want, add to your hand, so it's really nice. And then for more draw power, 3 copies of Shared Ride. Um, I mean, I also kind of thought of playing, like Supply Squad, and I tried out both. I just kind of like Shared Ride a bit more. Like it's just better because honestly, your opponent has to honestly think now. Okay, if I add stuff to my hand, basically now my opponent's getting free. You're getting free stuff, free cards. So they have to really kind of think about just think about that and decide whether or not they want to keep going with their combos. Even though like this deck, it's like it's a beatdown deck. That's what Familiar Possess do. That's their style. You can do this build, or the last build I posted was kind of like a more combo centric variant of it. But it kind of the whole point was it wanted to make big beefy big booty bitches. And this one's got a little bit of a lockdown to it, which is nice. So I kind of like this build a bit more, honestly. So yeah, that's it for the spells. Now, on to the traps. 3 copies of Unpossessed. So this gives all your monsters an 800 attack boost. And that stacks, but the second effect doesn't. So basically, if a Familiar Possessed you control would get destroyed, you get to special summon one from the deck of a different attribute. So yeah, it basically replaces itself. It makes the Familiar Possessed basically float, which I like. It's nice. So it really works out with what you can call it, Secret Village of Spellcasters, and just kind of keeps that live. Then I'm also playing 3 copies of Possessed Partnership. If you want to, you could honestly cut this to 2 if you really wanted. With this is basically kind of like a Call of Haunted. It brings back one from the graveyard. Then if you control 2 or more, I believe you get to banish, if I remember correctly. Yeah, you can banish this from the graveyard. Or no, you can destroy, I'm sorry. You can destroy a monster they control if you control 2. And you basically get to banish this from the graveyard, and you get to add a possessed continuous spell or trap in your graveyard, place it face up on the field. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. It's one of those things where I want to keep it at 3 just because honestly the recursion, or not the recursion, but the being able to add back Unpossessed and Awakening of the Unpossessed is pretty nice. My opponent pops it, so I mean it's honestly not a bad card at all. Now for the next 3 cards, I'm playing 3 copies of Underdog because this deck, your monsters have no effects other than Luna, so it does not matter. Honestly. This literally just is basically skill drain. That's what it does. So if you don't know if you're unfamiliar with this card, what it says is during your turn, your opponent's monsters can't activate their effects. Then on their turn, your monsters can't activate their effects. So it's kind of like, in a way, as I've heard some people complain, just a bad skill drain. But in this deck, it doesn't matter. This literally just says skill drain on your turn. That's what it does. And then lastly, for the last card, 1 copy of Skill Drain. I mean, no reason not to. Our monsters don't do anything other than Luna. So, yeah, it's pretty freaking nice. So that's it for the main deck. Now, quick little card I want to throw out there is you could also play Fairy Tale Tales. I played it for a little bit in testing. I honestly didn't really like it as much. So basically with this, it's kind of like a continuous spell double summon, a continuous spell version of double summon in a way, because you can reveal a monster 1850 attacking your hand, and then of a different attribute than what you control, and then you get to immediately normal summon it. So it's cool. It's just we don't have a big enough monster count to really play it, but I just want to throw it out there as an option real quick. It was kind of cool. So, extra deck. There's two ways you can go about this. You honestly could play one copy of all 5 of the familiar possessed links, because we have 5 now. I'm still waiting on my light one to come in. Like I said, I ordered the stuff day 1, so yeah. Still just hasn't shown up yet, but that's what this is. So yeah, you really could, if you wanted to, just play 3 of each of them. To get around Pod of Extravagance. But I'm just playing 1 of each. And then I also decided to play just XCs that were pretty good, like really good, which I'm playing 3 Abyss Dweller, 3 Tornado Dragon for the back row removal, 2 Castel, 1 Daigusto Emerald, and then 1 Dark Rebellion XC Dragon. If you wanted to, you could just play like 5 whatever like XCs that are like the most impactful for your meta if you really wanted to. That's like the 2 options I really found. So yeah, or you could just be like me, play like these, and it's up to you. Extra doesn't really matter with this deck, honestly, like too much. So yeah, I just wanted to like throw that out there because you do have a few little ways you can go about it. So guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and go ahead and harpoon that like button, harpoon that subscribe button. Really would help out if y'all harpoon that subscribe button, because a lot of y'all that watch my videos and just the views I get are from non-subscribers, so that would really help out. Go ahead and comment any comments y'all have, and link in the description down below to my Instagram. You want to check that out, see some cool stuff there, and I will see y'all in the next video.